Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Halloween. Yes, I know it's only August, but I've gotten a couple of new sets from Tim Holtz and Sizzix for Halloween, and I must admit, I've been having a lot of fun playing with them. So what I thought we might do today is put together Edison. I've been making a few Edisons during the week, and I'm planning on making these for Halloween cards or fun little things, because I found some of my old Tim Holtz paper, which is ancient, and it's a bunch of, I'm trying to get a hold of the pad for you. It's actually fun little Halloween patterns from ages ago. I couldn't tell you when I bought this, but it's a bit shiny. So I thought that while my main goal was to make a Halloween scene using my die cuts and some of the new etc. items, I thought that I could make a few little fun Edisons in lieu of, well, not in lieu of, but in preparation for making some Halloween cards for friends and family. As you can see, Edison's relatively simple to put together. He's only 3 big parts, which make up his body. Well, yeah, his body. He is basically just a head, but that would be his entire body. And he does have, because we know specifically it is a boy, he has a little stem, which I'm hoping you can see, and that sits atop him. I put the stems together because they are a bit fiddly, and so I thought that rather than watching me struggle to get those together, we would just make it simple and we would put Edison together. Edison does come with some additions to his little set, and that are his little clouds, which I haven't done anything with because I'm not decided whether or not they will be a part of the card, or whether I will save the clouds that I've cut out for a little bit of a plaque that I want to make. I think I told you guys about this last week. I'm just inking him a little to try to get rid of some of the shine and to make him a little bit spookier, because I like the spook of Halloween. And so, I figured if he's just a little bit grungy, he'll be enough for me, and also not be too scary for anyone I might be making a card for. All right, this is the back of Edison. This is his rear. As you can see, the dies, even though they're a solid piece, I'm hoping you can make it out. There are little lines that make it easy for you to set your pieces together. I do have, I'm going to show you, I'll show you as soon as I'm done inking this. I also have, I showed you this set with the tombstones and the skulls. They were a little bit more detailed to put together, and in fact, so far I've only put together the tombstones. But for those of you who don't know, the colorized kits, this is what this one is, come with a lot of little pieces. For instance, this particular tombstone is 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and it still has an addition that I haven't added of 2 little blocks that sit here and here. So I've put together the basic tombstone but I haven't added, for instance, this one gets steps on the bottom here. I haven't continued or cut out the teeny weeny little pieces yet because I don't like to have them floating around because they do very easily get lost. And so I thought that it might be best if I just do the big parts. The tombstones also have skulls on them. And so I didn't want to lose any of that either. One has a cross on it. So yeah, even the cross is made of 2 pieces. So what you can see here I'm doing is I'm putting ink around the edges of all of the openings for Edison. And now what I'll do is I'll put his bottom part on like that and make sure it's all lined up. There's a little extra glue, which I'm going to dab off with a baby wipe. And this is the top part of Edison. This part's a little bit more, well, I won't say detailed, but a little bit more. You do have to be careful that you add glue to all of the edges because there are a lot, because of the openings on it that allow you to see the backgrounds. Now, I do realize that a lot of the background on the piece that I just glued down will not show, but it shows just enough to give the impression that it's there. Let's put this piece on and line this up. What I do is I'm lining it up with the ridges along the stem and then the ridges along the bottom. So there we go. Edison's main portion is put together. And so you can just make out the little bit of the pattern back here of the polka dot paper. Oh, I think I didn't put enough glue. Let's push that down. Oh, there we go. One of his little pokies was sticking out. And now what we'll do, I use my tweezer here to get a hold of his stem. As this is, now you can see why I put it together, because it is kind of fiddly. And we'll put a little bit of glue on his stem. And then I'll just keep it laying down. And we'll put his stem on. And whoop, let's get the tweezer off. And move it around till it's in place. There we go. Wipe off the excess glue. And there we have our little fun Edison for our Halloween card. Now what I also did this morning, these are my little fun ones, was I cut out parts in the more basic colors. And these will probably be those Edisons, let me just get a hold of him, that will go on my plaques that I'm planning on making and my little tags that I'm planning on making. So I thought maybe we could put one of those together too. How has everybody been doing? As you can see, I've been busy with Edison. My little stamp is, my pad is not as juicy as I might like it. So, see, I'm just inking all around just to give a little bit of a darker appearance to him. And we'll just do that. I'll give him a little here. What I might do, I'm going to grab this one. This is my walnut stain. I've been using my ground espresso. Let's see if we can use some of the walnut stain and maybe achieve the results that I'm trying to get here. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit better. Okay. And we'll just get that over there. Okay. And then what we'll do here is we'll put a little ink in between his eyes so that the part that shows, and we'll get his teeth. And we'll try to make him a little grungier, but not too grungy. I mean, after all, well, I believe Halloween is fun, but you want to have that little spook in there. What I'm planning on doing also is with these tombstones that I've made, I'm probably going to add them to my Creep on June folio, which I believe I promised I would finish on a video with you. And so I think that once I've finished the tombstones, which I do intend to try to get done today. School starts for me again on Monday, and so I won't be videoing as much. I'll still be working in the background on some of my kits that I'm doing for Tracy Fox. But I do want to try and finish some stuff up with you before I go back and I'm unable to get to as many videos as I've been doing. I wasn't planning on doing a video today because my daughter was going to be home. And sometimes the conversation goes on even when Mommy says I'm busy, but she got called into work at the last minute. And so that's where she is. So I figured I'd grab this time and come back and say hi to everyone. And I think I might have. Okay, we got some glue in the background there, but that's okay. This is the Tim Holtz Kraft stock paper that I'm working with now. I did purchase it in the cool tones. I'm going to grab the packaging. This is the Tim Holtz Idea-ology. This is, oh, I'm sorry. It's the warm tones, and it's the oranges and stuff. And I've been playing with that this morning because I've also been cutting out these little guys, or gals. We'll call them girls. Penelope and Penny. I don't know. I've cut some of those out. I'm not brave enough yet to do those on camera. Here's their parts. Again, they're relatively simple to put together, but I haven't tried one yet. So I didn't want to do something without knowing what I was doing on camera. Yeah, so I'll probably be playing with those later and seeing. They look relatively simple to put together too. The pumpkin kits that I've purchased so far, I do have another one. It's an older kit, which I just purchased. I've gone a little pumpkin crazy this year. It's an older one, and it's, in my opinion, a more refined pumpkin. They are your basic, they look like your basic squash, and they don't have funny faces or anything, but they do look like they're a colorized kit as well. And there seem to be a number of pieces, parts to them. See, here you can see the other area in the background, like the one we made. You can't really tell because it's a pattern, but you can see that color does shine through in the background. Okay. So there's that part. Let's wipe off the excess glue here. I did do these in 2 different colors, as you can see, which is fine. And let's give Edison a stem. Let's ink his little stem a bit. I've been so busy. We had a bit of a family emergency. My cousin that lives next door had to go into the hospital. He's going to be 80 on his next birthday, God bless him. And He's had problems with his heart, and his blood pressure dropped. And so I have a few things. In fact, I had another lady ask me on one of the other groups on Facebook that I am a part of, if I could help her by giving her directions to how to make one of my fairy jars. And I have to get back to her as well. So there we go. There's our little Edison for my plaques that I might share while I'm making. And here's our Edison for our Halloween cards. So yeah, I did buy a number of kits. I did say I would show you the tombstone one again. But see, there's a little skull. I hope it's not glaring too much. No. There's a skull on this one. And there's a little cross on this one. And there's even a pot of dead plant for everyone. And also a fence to make as a part of your scenery. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. I just wanted to come along real quick today. As I said, I'm going to probably be adding the tombstones into the folio for the Creep on June, which I intend to sell. And I guess that's about it for now. I have been working diligently on my Nettles employee ID tags, the employee expense files, and I'm hoping to get back to that too. I want to put the journal cover together with you guys. So if I can get all of that cut out and ready, maybe I'll come back tomorrow and we can do that. That will be fun. I'm planning on doing a patchwork cover, like a cover I've done on one of my other journals, which I can't easily reach right now. And what it consists of cutting out little squares and rectangles of paper and layering them one on top of each other. And the one I did before, I stitched. So yeah, that'll be fun. So hopefully we'll get to that tomorrow. Hugs and goodbye. Remember to like and subscribe. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.